What's up, everybody? So hopefully this works out here. I'm running this off of my phone. This is the first time we've gone live and it's kind of a new experience, so I'm gonna jump on my computer here and try to see who's all on and try to interact with some people here. Let's mute this first. Alright, so welcome everybody. Matt, Stephen Webb, what's up everybody? 319 Outdoors. So kind of exciting to try to do this with you guys and showcase a little bit about these giveaways that we got announced, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section and I'll try to get to it. It's just a one-man show here today. Hunter is down at college, so I almost had him call in to try to get his opinion, but I didn't know what the turnout would be on here, so let's just kind of do it trial and error. So first things first, how are you guys doing? You guys got any questions that you want to start off the bat, or do you guys just want to jump right into it with these giveaways, and we'll go from there. So, no audio still. Can you guys hear me at all? Alright, perfect. So it looks like the audio is working. So I just want to get in and just kind of announce the giveaways here. So first things first, with the OnX hunt giveaway, we had a lot of people who commented, and I really enjoyed people sharing their experiences about that. A lot about us, we really don't like to focus on, we never have focused on being the guys who just focus on big deer. It's kind of, for us, it's it's more of experience. We talk more about spending time out in the field with family, and at the end of the day, if it's a big deer, it's a big deer. And we did the hashtag Jake Slayer this year, and we've had some pretty good jokes about it, and I think the Jake Slayer is going to become more of a thing, just because we saw a little backstory. We saw this year a new poult of turkeys. Hunter and I were driving on the way back from the new property, and Hunter goes, "See those are next year's trophies." And I looked at him like, "Those are just a bunch of hatchlings," and he said, "Nope, those are Jake's next year." So let's try to keep making that hashtag Jake Slayer thing, and we'll keep watching and seeing you guys' reactions. So, but to get into it first, the OnX Hunt giveaway, I don't want to get too off track. The winner for that, I did a random selected winner here, and the winner was Andrew Cox, and I'll be sending him a personal message through YouTube here, and to get in contact with him. But his comment was he shot one spike in velvet, which is a pretty good accomplishment, I'd say, and his biggest velvet buck though. So congrats, Andrew. I'll be in contact with you on that. And we also have another OnX premium membership to give away. We haven't figured out what we want to do to give that away. We were trying to get some time to do a full OnX, how we use OnX Hunt, to show you guys how we plan, let's say, our turkey hunt, which I think we're going to do a full series on that, since we showed a little bit of how we're using it on our farm. But if you guys have any ideas, let us know, and we'll go from there. So the winner of the Elimishield hunt, I chose off of Instagram. We had a pretty good turnout after a little while, but the winner of that is Gabe Albertson from South Carolina, it looks like. So congratulations, Gabe. I'll be sending him a message to get in touch with him. I don't know if he's watching or anything. So yeah, so he's going to win a full kit of the Elimishield hunt system. Like I talked about in our video, we've been partnered up with Elimishield for a couple of years now, and the guys at Elimishield are really good guys, and they create a really good product. And that's just not me saying it. If you guys are in the market to get some more scent controlled gear, this stuff really does work. It's backed by real science, and we've had a lot of good success with it. So yeah, if you guys noticing the Wild Gain shirts, they are for sale on the website. We have a couple left here that we'd be able to sell, yeah, it's kind of our one shirt we've got going on right now. It's kind of a lifting is a passion and hunting is a passion, and we feed our lifting with our wild meat that we go get as hunters. So that's enough for me blabbing right now. What do you guys want to hear about? We're leaving on our elk hunt here on Friday. So we were in full pack mode, getting everything situated and ready to go. We're going back to the same location that we've been hunting the past 6 or 7 years now. And we're going with the same outfitter. It's a drop camp. They get us up to pretty much the top of this mountain, camps at 10,000 feet. And you know, we've really learned the area, and hopefully we get into them at the right time. It's hit or miss, just like the rut here in the Midwest, if something's going to be good. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss. So hopefully we hit it good. The only thing that I will note right now that it kind of has us stirred up is the weather is really good right now. It's like in the 50s, and I'm thinking that's going to get the bull starting to fire up a little bit. I've been trying to read some bugle reports, and it sounds like in Colorado there's really not a lot talking, but I have a feeling that with this cold front that's in there right now, they're going to start getting antsy, and hopefully we're there at the right time. So we have no coverage when we're up there, but I'll do my best to try to take Instagram videos and stuff like that so we can upload them when we get back, as well as, you know, bring you guys a better vlog series about the hunt than we did last year, just because I lost some footage, which I'll take the whole blame on that. So Stephen Webb, I see your comment. So Elimishield Hunt can be purchased on Amazon now. That's been a new thing. If you go, I'll put it in the description box below, or after the videos and the live streams over here, you can go in and check them out. Either just search on Amazon Elimishield Hunt, and they should have all their products out on Amazon, which works because you get Amazon Prime. That's funny. And you can go on and get everything you need there. And they also have a website, and I'm pretty sure in the past that when they were Remington scent, they actually had stuff on their website, but they directed you to Amazon. So I'm pretty sure all the sales are going to be on Amazon. If you have any troubles, let us know. We'll get in contact with the guys at Elimishield Hunt, and we'll be sure to get you set up. So, yeah, I don't know what else. I feel like I've been blabbing. I don't have really a lot of feedback. I'm trying to read you guys' comments here. We'll go through them. I lift sometimes, on occasion, but yeah. So yeah, 19 people. It's a good start. I'm glad people got out. If you guys want to hear anything or have any questions or any comments or any feedback, let us know. I'll stay on here for a little bit longer. And if you guys have, like I said, anything you want to hear, just shoot it in the comments or the chat, and I'll get to it. But overall, we're really excited about our new property. We've got a couple good bucks. If you guys have been following our Instagram page, I posted on our story a couple bucks, and then we have a post about one. We haven't really done any hit list stuff just because it's kind of hard to tell right now. We still feel like once deer get on their fall ranges, stuff's going to change. So there's deer that we have on our property that's obviously not going to be there anymore, so we don't want to get too into all the bucks we're going to be hunting. But for sure, there's this gigantic, old, fat 7-point that he doesn't have the best genetics, but he's just huge. and I really want to shoot that deer just because he's cool and he's unique. But we also have another big, like 13 plus pointer. He's a pretty big deer, and it'll be interesting to see what he turns out to be after he sheds velvet. That way we can get a good ping on him. But we're really excited about the area. I think we're in a really good area for deer. We're seeing a lot more deer than we have in the past on trail camera on our other property. But public land hunting is not going to end. So I know people have asked about that in the past. The public land hunting is expanding because we're down in an area where there's a lot of public land, and we'll be able to still go out and hunt public and have a whole different area to hunt. So it'll be good. So yeah, that does it for that. So Zach Ferguson here, what is a good lower priced bow? Now that's a good question. Our first bow that we started shooting was the Bowtech Soldier. It was one of the rack equipped bows, meaning it had everything that you could want on a bow. So it had your sight stabilizer, peep sight, rest, and a quiver. So it had all of that for a price. And they still do that. I think Bowtech offers, yes, Bowtech does offer one. I don't know the exact name on it. Bowtech offers one. Diamond offers one. I think maybe Hoyt does. Pretty sure they do. But Matthews, Mission, honestly, I don't want to say one bow is going to be good, because you can go get a used bow. Hunter traded in his Athens Solus with a guy on Archery Talk for a Bowtech Insanity. So, I mean, there's a lot of reliable people out there where you can get a good bow without, having to pay a high dollar for bows, because bows are getting expensive. Everybody's noticing it, and there seems to be no end in the raising of prices for bows. So I definitely take a look at like a Bowtech or Diamond. If you want new bows, I'd take a look at the ready rack equipped bows, so you can get everything if you're just getting started. But if you have access to already have a sight or something like that, there is good bows out there that you don't have to spend a whole lot to get a good bow. I mean, all bows are good. I shot that Bowtech Soldier for like 3 or 4 years, and it was really good bow, and there's a lot of bows like it now since it's discontinued, but you could shoot like 15 to 70 pounds. It grew with you, and so it allowed me to like grow with the bow. And then once I got older, we wanted to get a faster bow, more high powered bow, more efficient, just because I'm not going to be growing anymore. And I went with an Invasion, I think. So there's a lot of options out there, and I don't want to just say, only go which route, because honestly, all bow companies have good products out there. And that's just our opinion. There's a reason why they're all in business. There's fanboys of all of them, and they're all good bows. So yeah, I hate to not say like a direct bow, but I want you to go out and shoot a bow that you're interested in and get a feel for every bow that you shoot, because every bow shoots different, and it's going to be your personal preference on which bow you like, the feel of, the pull of it. So you just have to really go to a local pro shop and shoot them, and they'll help you out. So if you have any questions on other bows and stuff, more specific questions, feel free to shoot us an email or a message, and we can try to give you more tips or advice on a specific bow that you're looking at, and we can let you know our opinions. All right. So Matthew, yeah, last year was a unique situation with the one buck, the unicorn buck we called it, where he had just a bunch of stickers. But that was kind of a unique spot where the deer, we knew he wasn't living on us because we only got nighttime pictures of him, and he was always going to the same area, so he's going to the neighbors, and we didn't know we didn't want to say too much about him because that was like the only big deer that we had, and we were like, ah, crap, we don't want to get him shot. So we just kind of laid low about it, I guess. But we haven't. We've gotten some good deer, but we haven't gotten anything super gigantic. So I mean, I don't really feel like we're gonna hold much back. But you know, honestly, we just have only had cameras out on our new Iowa private land this year. We haven't had any time to go out and put any cams on public. And quite frankly, after losing like almost all of our trail cameras on public land last year, we were kind of fed up with the amount of thieves out there. And people can say what they want, but it was just ridiculous and how many people stole trail cameras that were hung in a tree. A couple were locked up, and it just got to a point where it's like, it's not worth it. If we see a deer in public that we want to shoot, we're gonna shoot it, and we're gonna be happy about it. So that's just kind of how we've been with the new public thing. So yeah. So guys saying we should come hunt in Minnesota. I've actually thought about trying to do a hunt back up in Wisconsin, or I thought about trying to go to a different state, just trying to get time to do that. I'm gonna have to do it on a weekend because I'm burning all my work vacation on this elk hunt here. So I'm trying to figure out if I can go to like Wisconsin or something, or drop down back into Missouri, and do like a public land hunt there and just try to shoot something, just to try to give more content and have more fun showing you guys how I'm using OnX. Not trying to be like the hunting public. I know people have said that, but you know, just kind of go in and show how we're just going in and on a weekend, just kind of how you guys would do it if you guys could. So overall, appreciate everybody watching. It looks like if anybody has any other questions, feel free to drop them below, and I'll get to them here. But if I don't see any more questions, I will end it here. So again, the winners of the first off the Elimishield hunt system, Gabe Albertson. I'll be sending him a message, as well as Andrew Cox for winning the OnX hunt giveaway. So congratulations to those guys. We will get in touch with you and hopefully you know, try to get you your product get it shipped out before I leave, or before we leave for 10 days. So do we prefer public or private land for turkeys? Me personally, and I think Hunter kind of has the same idea with this, but for me, honestly, I love chasing turkeys on public land over private in some situations, but most of the time, because let's say, like in our old situation in Missouri, we had 160 acres. Now this new property is 220. You're limited to that area, which is fine, but you know, if the turkeys aren't on you, they're not going to have as much pressure, obviously. But if they're not on you, they're not on you. And we've had a couple situations where we were out turkey hunting in our property in Missouri where there's nothing there, and we just kind of sat there like, well, that kind of sucks. So that's when we started going out to the public land to try that out. And I honestly like public land turkey hunting to a point better, and I say that to a point because of the pressure. So when we went to, a good example was when we went to that public land in Missouri, we thought we picked a really good area, and we did. Hunter shot that Jake, but we were the only ones who came out of there with a turkey that morning, and there was a lot of people. Like everywhere we turned, there was hunters everywhere. It was the most pressured public that I've ever seen, and I didn't think it would be because there's no big cities or big towns around there. So we weren't assuming there to be a lot of people. But there's people everywhere. We ran into like 6 people, and everywhere we turned, we heard a gobble, or when we heard a gobble, everywhere we turned, there's people in between us set up with decoys, and you're trying to be as nice as you can, because we like to run and gun. You're trying to be as nice as you can to like not try to mess them up, But I mean, we went around them to try to get to the turkeys, but I mean that's just public. That's how it goes. But overall, I honestly like public land turkey hunting better, just because when the turkeys are vocal and they're talking, you can find them, and it doesn't matter if you know the area or not. If they're gobbling, you can find them, and it can make you look like you've hit the mother lode, just because they're giving off their location. Like deer hunting is on public is going to be hard too, or harder, because you can't really locate them as easy. You got to put in more time. But on public land, it's just kind of, if you have like a piece of public here, a piece of public there, a piece of public there, I'd rather hunt that than like a single chunk of private, just because I can go and I can hop different areas, if that makes sense. And we've had a lot of success doing that. And then honestly, that public land that I hunted this spring, where I shot those 2 birds in 2 days, honestly, that was partially luck. I don't know how I ran into that place and had such good luck with it, but overall, there's turkeys literally everywhere. So there is diamonds in the rough, and you can find that. But if I go, I'm not trying to blab too much about turkey, but if we talk about the public land turkey hunt that we went on in Nebraska, there was a lot of pressure there too. But if we put in enough miles, you can get to turkeys that are gobbling, and you can get the turkeys. I mean, we probably, I would honestly always do that over doing like a outfitter turkey hunt in Nebraska kind of deal. Even though that's like a guaranteed hunt, it just doesn't seem as fun. So public or private land for turkeys, I'm going to say public, just because I've had a lot of success doing it this year, or we all have. So the Bowtech Realm X, how is it shooting for me? And honestly, this is I'm not getting anything to say this, but it's been my favorite bow to date. I've got it set up extremely well. Over the years, we've always shot out to 80, and Denton with Rock Creek Archery, he sent out to us a Montana Black Gold sight, the Ascent. It's got like 20, 40, or 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's got 5 pins or whatever. It gets you out to 60, and then it slides. So I have all the way up to 60, and then I've been shooting this year out to 100, and I'm getting groups like this, and it's been a really sweet shooting bow. And I've really liked the bow. Dad's really liking his Realm. He's shooting the Realm this year, and Hunter's shooting. Oh God, they make too many bows that starts with an R. The Rain 6, and he shoots that really well. So I really like my Realm X. They really like their bows. Overall, I think it's an awesome shooting bow. So I have nothing to blame if I miss an elk or a deer this year. It's totally me, because it's dialed in. I shot it today out at 100 again, and it's ready to go. Man, what's your mobile setup for this season? So Lance, okay, so honestly this year with our mobile hunting setups for like deer, I think we're gonna go back to more of the ground hunting. The stands have worked great, however you want to put it. It's just kind of a personal preference. But honestly, it takes a lot of time to get in a stand and set it up and do hanging hunts, and it's a lot of work. And sometimes you make a lot of noise, and sometimes you're like me and you drop your release, or you drop your whatever camera arm part on the ground. And when I shot that buck, so this year I think we're gonna do a lot more ground hunting like we used to do on public. I really want to try to do more still hunting when I'm on public, just because sometimes I feel like I limit myself when I'm in a tree stand, especially on public. On private, I know my area well enough, but on public, if it's a new piece, I'm going to definitely still hunt my way in, still hunt the area, and hopefully try to find deer that way, and especially during the rut. That's a major key. You're going to catch deer if you're moving. You might bump deer, yeah, but I definitely like the ability to get on the ground, and we've had success doing it. Just get on the ground and be right there with them, and just in case you want to move again, because there's been multiple times where I set up in a tree and I wish I was 30, 40 yards the other way. So I definitely think hunting from the ground is a good setup. We've used just a chair, we've stood by trees and all that. So, I mean, you can go out and get a mobile tree stand set up, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know, people are going to give me flack for this, but I wasn't really impressed with the X-Stand backcountry combo, and that's just my personal preference. I just really was not a fan, just because the way that, one, the aluminum was extremely loud, two, when it was packed up, it would fall apart and it would make a lot of noise, and three, the main bracket that slides back, you put the bracket on, and you take the stand and it goes in and you have a pin, you can't even use the very back setting, so you're always sitting a little bit forward. So honestly, I wasn't too big of a fan, but it's super light, so if you like that and you want to modify it, I just never got around to modifying it. And yeah, so Hunter got a muddy stand that he liked. It just seems a little heavy, so I'm just going to go on the ground. I think he is too. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see. Yep, we're still hunting public. Like I talked about a little earlier, our public land is not going to end. It's actually going to expand a little bit more. Not only am I going to try to hunt public in Wisconsin this year, and we're hunting public in Colorado as well. Point that out. We're hunting public land in Colorado next week. It's just going to give us more areas to hunt public in Iowa, in Missouri. And so we're going to try to keep the public land stuff rolling. We have a lot of fun doing that. So have you thought of saddle hunting? You know, I have. I've looked into it a little bit. It honestly kind of scares me just having that rope hold me up. And I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm flexible enough to do that. So I don't know about saddle hunting. I could see it working. I don't know. I just feel like I'd feel awkward. I just have to give it a try. So that'd be the first thing. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of success with it, and it's really light and it's really portable. So it's obviously one leg up better than you know, other stands and stuff, but I just have never tried it and never really thought about it. Let's see here. Turkey or deer fishing? Turkey or deer? I like interacting with animals, so elk. Honestly, elk would be number one. It's like a mix of deer and turkey hunting. So you interact with the animals, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, if you can ever go out on an elk hunt, it's pretty much just a really big turkey that has more meat and tastes better. So yeah, if you can ever go on an elk hunt, highly recommend doing it. And you can do that on your public lands. Like us, we're going to Colorado, over-the-counter tag. Anybody can do it. You just got to put in the time, learning about the area, suffer through a little bit of work and pain from some of the hunt, and you can have success too. So yeah, I want to point that out. A lot of these states have over-the-counter tags that you can go out and you can do these hunts, and you are all public land owners. So you want to make sure you're using those lands and getting some use out of them. That's a good question, Steven. We never really talked about that. So after our first year, and this will probably wrap up the live stream here. I've been on here for probably a little while, so I don't, hopefully not boring everybody. But after our first year elk hunting, we didn't really know what we were doing, and it showed. One, it rained on us every day, like torrential floods in Colorado, and two, we couldn't really understand. We didn't know what the elk were saying. So ever since that year, Hunter watched a lot of videos on Roe Hunting Resources. He has a full series about how elk communicate, what they mean, what they're saying, and really explaining what all the sounds are meaning and how you can communicate to the elk to what he says, bring them to your toes. So we did a lot of research there. We also, I just lost his name. We also ordered DVDs on it from Elk Nut. We watched some of his stuff. And then we also watched some Corey Jacobson, Elk 101. They have a whole university of elk hunting where you can read articles, learn how he calls, and really just spend time in front of a computer. We did a lot of it when we were on like training. Like we have a stair machine, so when we're on the stair machine, I'll watch a video to kind of get me excited for the elk hunt, which doesn't take hard to do, but get excited as well as learn something when we're on it. So if I have a 30-minute session on a stair machine, I have a 30-minute video or 30 minutes of video of elk calling, so I'm learning something as well. So it's not time wasted. So I definitely look at row hunting resources, some Elk Nut stuff, and then definitely Elk 101. We learned a lot from them, and Corey Jacobson obviously is a really good resource for that. Kenny, thanks for the support. It means a lot. We like seeing people go out and hunt public land because it's your land, like I said, and it's really something that we started doing because Hunter got into it, and we really enjoyed it. Thanks for the support, AJ. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're liking the hats, digging them. So I think that's going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody watching. If you guys like this style, I mean, we don't really have like any studio or any good place to do it right now, but if you guys like us going live or want to see more of this, just let us know. We're really open to do different videos, and it's kind of a challenge. We like challenges, so this is a challenge in talking live to a camera, which we usually have an editing software, so we go through and we edit and make us sound really intelligent. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody taking time to time out of their day to listen to me blab for a little bit. And again, thanks for watching, and congratulations to the winners, Andrew Cox and Gabe Albertson. So I'll be in touch with the winners, and we will go from there. So be on the lookout for more giveaways, and make sure to share with your friends so we can continue to share our passion for the outdoors with everybody else. So thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy, and we will update you guys as much as we can before the elk hunt, and then once we get back. So hopefully everybody has a safe and successful hunting season, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.